Welcome into T4G Sports. Today we're going to show you guys how to upgrade your coach in College Football 25, whether you're in simulation or user play. So like always, guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, click the notification bell, and don't just play the game, own the game. Let's light it up. Number one, go Recruiter. In our Charlotte rebuild, if you guys haven't seen that, you want to check that out. Pop up in the top right corner of your screen. We took a one-star program. We took them to the very top. We won multiple natties, became very successful, and we did it all in simulation. Well, how did we do that? Well, we did that through starting out with Recruiter first and foremost. If you try and compare Madden, right? If any of you have played Madden, you'll understand what I'm saying very easily. Even if you haven't played Madden, you'll understand this concept very easily. In Madden, how do you become successful? 1, you trade to the top. 2, you can draft to the top. 3, you can go to the free agency and sign your way to the top. There's multiple avenues that you can go to get to the top. All of that is combined in one with recruiting in College Football 25. That is, recruiting is your trading, signing, and drafting. It's all in one. To go Recruiter is the most important thing. If you're not going Recruiter, I don't care if you're in simulation or non-simulation, to me it is not a wise thing. So, number one, go Recruiter. So these are some upgrades that I typically would avoid, right? And that's halfback and fullback and kicker and punter. If you're a good recruiter, you know the system enough, these are positions you just don't need to upgrade. Why don't you need to upgrade these? Well, think about halfbacks, for example. Wide receivers are better at halfbacks than halfbacks are. And the reason for that is they're graded differently. They're more strict in their grading process of being a 78 overall compared to a 78 overall halfback. Halfbacks, they're more lenient on them. So for wide receivers, even if you get like a 3-star gem, he could come out as like a 68 overall or something like that. You could still move him over to halfback and he jumps up to a 76. The highest one I went from was 68 overall, moved him over halfback, and he jumped to a 78 overall. That's vastly different from one another. In reality, if you look at, let's say, week 8, week 9, just scroll through and see how many 3-star wide receivers have no offers. And you'll see that there is a crap load of them, and you could start finding one that's a route runner or a deep threat and start recruiting them and put them at halfback, and you could find yourself a very, very talented halfback who's extremely fast, on top of which he's also a receiving back, so you can utilize him in more ways. It's more bang for your buck. They're easier to recruit than 4-star halfbacks. Even though 4-star halfbacks are incredibly easy to recruit, 3-star gem receivers, they're out there. And you can find them, and there's plenty of times where there's just not a lot of competition. Obviously, if you are in with 32 users and they're all really good, that, you're going to have to apply different strategies. But I'm giving you guys the basics here. I don't recruit fullbacks at all. I'll go after a 4-star blocking tight end. I'll even go after power halfbacks and move them to fullback, and I've seen them boost up as well. I mean, tight ends are great fullbacks. Halfbacks are even great fullbacks. So to me, these two positions here are like, should I really upgrade these 20 coins for this? I could spend that better elsewhere and be more effective quicker. Same thing with kicker and punter. There is a lot of kickers and punters out there, and I'm not one to fight for kickers and punters until I've recruited my class already. I've gotten the guys that I wanted to get, and then I'm sitting there with hours burning a hole in my pocket, and I'm going, hey, I'm going to go after a kicker and punter. And by that time, I don't care if I have to spend more to scout them. All right, next step, upgrading your scouting. How do you do it? Well, for me, I make sure I go scouting first. Okay, I finish just like you see on the screen here. This is what I go after right away. Okay, I don't start upgrading anything else, no other abilities for my coach until I get what you see on your screen. The route at which you go or you complete this is completely situational. Never fight against the stream. Okay, you are not a fish. Don't fight against the stream. The skilled and professional recruiters are going to let the system dictate to them what they should upgrade. For example, if I'm a 1-star program and I got a 5-star quarterback who's interested in me, well, I may sit there and say, hey, I'm going to go quarterback. I'm going to go tier 1, tier 2, max tier 3. But I'm not going to go quarterback tier 3 right away unless it's an absolute must, and I have other positions taken care of, and I don't have to worry about those positions because I'm already landing them. I'm in a good position to land them. Then I'll go with quarterback. But there's plenty of times where I will get a good quarterback with only 50 hours. It's not a guarantee, but if you know what you're doing with scheduling visits, with how you offer scholarships for instant commits, with how you apply your hard sell and soft sell, if you even have the ability to hard sell and soft sell depending on your individual situation, there's so many different avenues that you need to be thinking about. For example, if you have 4 wide receivers in your first year who are interested in you, you have maybe 1 or 2 offensive linemen, you have 1 DB, and couple something like that. If you're looking at it and you're going, well, I have 4 wide receivers. Well, what do you know? If I upgrade wide receivers and I do land these wide receivers, okay, one of them could play halfback more than likely if he's a route runner or a deep threat. Even physical guys can too, but it's more rare. Then you could take 1 physical guy and you can move him to tight end. So you have halfback covered, tight end covered, and then you can keep 2 of them as wide receivers. So you have 3 positions with 4 total players covering those positions with this 1 upgrade. That is the best bang for your buck. If you're coming across and you have 4 centers or 4 offensive linemen in general that are interested in you that year, and there's more of them than almost any other position that you're going after, and you know that you can solve 4 starting positions on your offensive line, well, then you're going to want to go this route. Let the system dictate to you what you are going to upgrade. Do not start upgrading right away without knowing what the system is giving you, because I very rarely upgrade the exact same way. I have variations, but depending on the rebuild and the circumstances of my auto-generated recruiting class, I'll upgrade with sniper precision. Let's say I have 4 outside linebackers who are interested in me and I just can't get DNs. Well, I may go with this because I know I could take 2 of those outside linebackers and put them at the DN spot, more than likely. And they're going to carry their overalls quite well, unless they're all pass coverage guys, and then you're kind of screwed. And that's just odd as hell. But those are things that you need to be looking at. So get the biggest bang for your buck. You know, if you're getting more DBs, if you have 1 safety, 1 strong safety, and 3 cornerbacks, well, secondary is probably going to be your number 1 go-to at that time. And you also need to think about positions that are easy to recruit versus the positions that are not easy to recruit. Centers, for example, are just not recruited as much as some of the other offensive line positions, but that's not always true every single year. Sometimes that's a little bit different. Tight ends, they're recruited behind wide receivers. Halfbacks are recruited behind wide receivers as well, sometimes even behind tight ends. You can find 4-stars that are just not being scouted. They're 4-star halfbacks that are just not being scouted or offered by anyone. Okay, D tackles are the easier to get compared to D ends. So you may want to take, if you have 4 D tackles that are interested, you may want to take 2 of those and move them to D end and then go D tackle position. There's all different kinds of avenues to think about this. Outside linebackers and D ends, they're harder to get. The really good guys get picked up quickly usually. It's more aggressive. Strong safeties are harder to recruit than free safeties are. So there's just kind of all these different things that you need to pick up on, and you need to apply your best knowledge towards what's going to be the most effective for me in my current situation. So the second part for us, what we're going to upgrade is we're going to upgrade all of Tactician, except for the cross training. That's where we're going to go. And then from there, you could branch out and kind of go where you want. But what we're going to do is we're going to still go with these ones because there's no chance. Like, look at these. Okay, boost a throw on the run, change of direction for quarterbacks. Throw under pressure and break sack. Spin, juke, and ball carry vision. Short and medium accuracy. You are getting so many boosts. Okay, so many boosts on your players. And whether you're a bad team, this is going to help. If you're doing really good on recruiting, guess how good your players, if your players are already the best in the country, what is this going to make them? Even better. Tactician is brilliant. It's not left up to chance. You are going to be better. This one's, for offensive line, pass block and impact block, run block and lead block, run block finesse and pass block finesse, run block power and pass block power. Okay, you are getting the best of both worlds. I'm not going cross-training here. Personally, I just don't like that. And then what I'm doing is I'm upgrading these other ones here because you're just getting, sight reduction and crowd noise impact on the road. And it's just things that are going to benefit you. You are stacking the percentages if you're doing good on recruiting and then doing good on the field. That simple. So just to go over it again, This is what we're going over. Recruiting first. We're going to upgrade these positions, not as much on these positions here, and you're going to do these ones situationally. Okay, it depends on your current system. And then after that, we are going tactician, and we are going with these ones here. We're not going cross-training, and that's what we're doing first. Now, after that, it's kind of up to you guys what you want to do. I am still going to finish off this one, and then I'm going to go from there because there's no chance to this. These two impact each other beautifully. Good recruits, and then you're getting bonuses on the field. Offensive players will commit slightly fewer penalties. Offensive players will commit significantly fewer penalties, right? You just start to get ones that are like, they're just good. Significant increase to effects of crowd noise at home. Like, you're getting just great bonuses from that. Some of these other ones, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like CEO, right? You're going to win 2 natties. To unlock this, you have to win 2 natties and make this make sense. Hot seat chiller, 1-year extension when facing being fired. So wait a minute. You won 2 natties, and now you're going to be fired. Something's off with that, right? You're not doing your job as well as you should be doing your job, in my opinion. If I'm having to upgrade this, I already failed. I'm like, something's wrong here. I won 2 natties, and now I'm going to be fired. Like, I don't know. It's odd to me, and I don't like it enough. First-round projected players are less likely to leave for the NFL. Sometimes I want them to leave for the NFL because it's going to help my pro potential grade. So I don't really need that. And it's not something that I'm like, wow, I have to have that in order to be successful. I should already be successful because my system is flawless. Second chance keeper. Spend a second persuade on a player if the first one fails. Does it mean you're going to get it? No, it's a chance. Again, not something that I really love. Home away from home. I like that one. This one's stupid. This one's good. This one's stupid. In my opinion, it's like the transfer portal. No, I'm not sold on that. I stopped using the transfer portal more and more into the future. It becomes to where the transfer portal's like, I'll get maybe like 3 guys at most, and it's just, I don't know. It's not effective enough for me to be like, gotta have that. Dream school. Chance at an insta-commit when offering scholarship as their top school. You already have a chance of that. I mean, if they change it in the future, that's one thing, but at this moment in time, it's like, all right. And then I would probably only get this upgrade. You know, these other ones, they're like, yeah, they're okay. But then I would get that and then just have this and I'd be done. And Motivator is another one here. This one's not bad. Bonus XP for QBs when QBs are drafted in top 3 rounds. This is going to benefit you as you start to go on into your career, and you can get some of these, you know, and this one's not bad. I do like this one. There are definitely ones in that I definitely enjoy. Those are basically my top 3. Definitely going recruiter first, going the ones that I showed you, going tactician next, and I do like to fully upgrade it too for the most part. Not every single one of them, but I like to upgrade them quite a bit. And then Motivators is my third one that I'm like, I do enjoy Motivator. And then maybe like a handful of other ones that I look at them and go, well, I would like this one, but I'd kind of go from there. I mean, you don't have to be completely stuck in the mud and just do a 1 or 2. You can kind of mix it up from there, but just know your purchase price is something to take into consideration. You don't want to be purchasing just a crap load just because it's going to take you forever. This is not a game that you're going to upgrade everything on this. It's just not going to happen. It'd be ridiculous. So I would be very selective with where I'd go with this, and hopefully this helps you guys. Hopefully this helps and you guys get a lot out of this and you guys end up having the best coaches in the land.